Welcome back to Trade Price Cars TV with me, Zach. We've got another comparison for you today, and we've got two very popular cars that you see on today's roads. We've got the BMW X1 and the Mini Countryman. These cars are very similar, actually, when you delve a little bit deeper. We've got the 2-litre diesel engine that powers both of these. They both give out 141 brake horsepower, and they are both that crossover SUV type vehicle. Now, I know that there are newer models of both of these vehicles out at the moment. The Countryman have got a newer one that came out a couple years ago, and the X1 likewise. Now, they're obviously going to be a little bit bigger, also a little bit nicer on the inside, but how many people are buying used cars nowadays? So these two are going to be in demand and won't be with us long. So I wanted to analyse these two in terms of looks, first of all. Well, I think there's no real comparison in terms of the looks. This Mini Countryman SD that we've got in is actually a really nice bit of kit. It's got about £1,000 worth of extras on it as well, and one of those is the red metallic paint with the black racing stripes going down the middle. We've also got here the X1 X-Drive. It's also the M Sport edition, but I think you'll all agree that the Mini looks that little bit more special. The thing that's striking most about the Mini as soon as you get in is that it's not that mini, which is good for an SUV stroke crossover. I was always worried that Mini was going to be still really compact on the inside, but this isn't just the standard Mini Cooper. This is the Countryman, and the beauty about it is there's lots of adjustment when it comes to the seat. You can get a really good driving position, and there's plenty of room for tall people. The beauty as well is that it's kept the Mini DNA. We've still got the big speedo here. We've also got the toggle switches down here. You can flick to sport mode. Other than that, the Mini DNA is all the way through the car, so you do feel that you're in a Mini still. They've not changed it completely just because it's the biggest in the range. The seats are nice and comfortable and hug you, and let's jump in the back and see how much room there is. Now, this is where the Mini has really pleasantly surprised me. I thought that it was going to be a crossover SUV but not have very much room in the back, but I couldn't have been more wrong. I've got so much leg room here, I've got so much headroom here, and the beauty of it is I can adjust my seat position, and I've got an adjustable headrest. Couldn't be happier. So on this inside of the X1 here, what I would say is that this is obviously a bit of an older model BMW, and I don't think they've done the best job of making BMW interiors last the test of time. There's quite a lot of the orange sort of graphics, I should say, in here when you turn the car on, and again, they look a little bit dated now. The good thing is about people who are quite experienced with BMW, so on the whole, when you're sitting in here, it's not awful. A lot of this hard plastic would have gone on the newer models, but I'm not really complaining about being on the inside of this X1. I actually don't think it's too bad. The good thing is you can find a good driving position, and that is a little bit better than the Mini, but aesthetically pleasing, the Mini takes it on the inside. Now to the back of the X1, and I am really pleased because I've got a lot of room in front of me, I've got a lot of room above me, and I've also got a little bit of light coming in from this pan roof that we've got here, which is a really nice touch. The seats are sort of a suede sort of material in this M Sport one, which again, very nice touch. You can't really adjust them in too much. You've got the adjustable headrests, but that's about it. But I'm comfortable, and I've got lots of room, and the pan roof. Now, the good thing about the Mini is it has got a nice big boot. It's got some storage underneath as well. The annoying thing is that I can't adjust the seats from the boot. I've got to go into the front and adjust them from the back seats. Annoying. So now to the boot of the X1, and this is where the BMW actually has the edge over the Mini in terms of boot space. It's a bigger boot. It's got a little bit of space underneath as well to store bits, and then the good thing is you can adjust the seats from the back here fairly easily. There's a little bit of a drop there that's a bit annoying, but they've achieved pretty much a flat space when you put the seats down, so sliding something heavy in is going to be that little bit easier. The bigger Mini still maintains the fun factor that you should have in a Mini. It is not as darty as the smaller version, but it certainly has plenty of bite, especially in the 2-litre SD that we have here. Due to it being the S, it means the gearbox and steering could be smoother and could be a little better when negotiating bumps in the road, etc. The diesel will mean you get 60 miles per gallon out of this, which really isn't that bad at all. We of course have the 4-wheel drive option, which means you get plenty of grip, but do not go careering up mountains. This is still a Mini. Now for the X1. We have some 4-wheel drive capability because we have BMW's xDrive, but again, don't go mad, as this doesn't actually feel like a crossover or an SUV at all really. The ride height isn't that much different from some estate cars. I'm sure someone from BMW will tell me otherwise, but it's just the feeling I get when I'm in here. Now this is the M Sport version, as we wanted to be fair, because we had the Mini SD. It's only fair that we compare it with an M Sport. The suspension is tough, which means the lumps and bumps are not great, but this car has got great economy and will be a dream on motorways. It's got 54 miles per gallon and very little wind noise. In fact, that is one thing that's better in this than the Mini. The cars are very evenly matched and very similar in terms of performance, but I would have to say the steering in the Mini is much better than the BMW and probably gives it that edge for me. The BMW steering is very heavy and I feel like I've done a bit of a workout when going for quick driving it. On the whole though, these cars are very popular and we're going to see them everywhere, and you can't go too far wrong if you pick either. For me, the Mini just gets the nod, but the BMW is not too far behind. So there we have it for another review. As always, I say we've got these two available, the X1 and the Mini Countryman, available to own. All the full spec is on our website. Please go there, www.tradepricecars.com, and have a look at these as well as our other stock. Thank you very much for watching.